Solis, and this is Gender Stories, because everyone has a story. Today, my guest, Ryza makes Sativa, and she's a teacher in the Philippines, and now she's here in Thailand for holiday. So, Ryza, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm amazing. Thank you so much. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm here in Bangkok for a couple of days, trying to enjoy my stay here, and hopefully I could see more of Thailand in the southern and northern part.
Let's go. Let's talk about your childhood experience. So, how old are you when you knew that you were different from your siblings?
I could remember not acting differently, but when I was 5 or 6 years old, my father knew that I was acting differently, and I have never been attracted to girls since when I was so young, around 7 or 8. My attraction to the opposite sex was very intense, and I knew that time that I could not really tell if I was different, but it was my dad who told me that you could not act like this, you could not do like this because it's different from girls and things like that.
That's really like question, especially a child. The innocent mind of a child questions why people tell us like we should not do this and they don't do that because that's how boy play and this is how the girl play, and then they neighbor parents, so they tell their child don't do that, don't play that because that's for opposite sex. So.
Yeah, and children are very inquisitive.
Indeed.
Yes, and I asked my mom why did my father told me not to do so. My mom really had a hard time to explain completely and explain in a very nice way for me not to really get confused and not to be hurt.
It's true.
So it was hard, but
so means that you're not accepted to your father, or are you accepted to your parents, or?
It's not that my dad did not accept me. Of course, in his heart, the emotion of a father would really, tell him that that's your child. You can never do anything. You cannot force the child to be the person that he or she wants to be. But for his head, it's really what his head tells him that no, you have to do something in order for your child to be better, blah blah blah, and things like that. But of course, it's you who can actually feel and tell what is good for you because you're living your own life.
Correct. So it's true because I understand parents because just LGBT issues recently like becoming popular, like in the social media, in the internet, in the TV, and especially like all these like people who celebrity came out. But in our generation,
we came out early.
Yeah, we can. And then we're like our parents. They don't know what is transgender. They just only see gay people.
Right.
But now that everyone have a book to read, and then thinks that how can you know that your son or your daughter are gays, and so that's the thing. And do you know that what's your parents tell you why it's hard for them to accept you? Did they explain you?
Well, at first it was hard for me to understand the reasons why my dad could not really accept me for who I was. But when my mom started to explain about being parents, that's when I knew that okay, I had my okay moment. My mom told me that the reasons why parents want their kids to get married and have their own families one day, because someone could really look after them, because parents really want to make sure that their children will be okay when their time has come to pass by here on earth. So yeah,
That's
I
true.
have no intention to hurt my dad. It's just that I could not really follow what he really wanted me to
Yeah,
do.
because you're just like being true to yourself. You're just being truthful. It's something that for us to be happy, we need to be truthful to really who we are, not to be like hiding in the closet. And it's like, our friends. We have a lot of transgender friends that like go to school, like wearing the masculine clothes. Then they carry like
Extra clothes
extra
in their
clothes and
bag.
girly bag, girly stuff, and then wearing and go back home,
Right.
become a man again. So that's
Well, I
really
experienced it when I was in high school.
really
Not all the time, only when my dad comes home from China, because he used to work there for a couple of years. And knowing that I was in my third year, that was the time that I started my transition. So I could not dress up like a womanly.
at home.
So what I did was to bring some
Extra
girly
clothes,
clothes, and then I had to change it when I got to my friend's place.
Yeah, so this is our experience. A lot of people have that too. So surprisingly that you have that experience. It's how's the feeling? Like being hiding something.
How did it feel? Of course, it's not good. It's like you are carrying a big burden in yourself. Like it's really a heavy things to carry. But you just had to continue living and to continue loving who you are, because I think that's the necessity of life.
Correct. And I'm sure like your parents are really proud of you, because imagine like one of the parents wants their child is to finish their degree, finish
Yes.
college, and look at you, like you finish your college, you have your own job, you're a teacher, and you're doing well. So it's because that this is the only thing that we want to prove our parents, that I might be like this, but I'm going to prove you that I will be a good doctor to myself and to my family, and everyone else around. So
Yeah, right. It's not easy though. It wasn't easy in my part, because I got my diploma, I graduated, I finished my internship. But then again, my dad was not satisfied. He really wanted more. He forced me to really change. So that's when the time that I had it was not a rebellious act, but I had to move out. I had to live my life, because I knew to myself that that was not the life that I really wanted for myself.
That's
So
very
yeah, I finished my degree, but my dad, of course, he was happy, he was proud, and every single cent that he spent on my education was paid off.
That's good. So where did you get your strength to be
My strength. It's hard to say, but I just keep on loving myself. That's it. I always think about myself, like do something that could really improve myself and to be better, because if you know better, you can do better.
Sure. So we're the same. Our mom passed away, right? So
Yeah, when I was 18,
yeah,
my
when
mom
you
passed
were
away.
yeah, because I knew you told me we talk about all this transition and things like family thing. So how's it difficult for you for not having a mother?
A
'Cause
mother.
I don't know. Like for me, it's different, but
I know it was extremely difficult. It was the darkest day of my life, knowing that my dad at the time could not still accept me for who I was. I had no choice but to stay at home, to stay under his guidance, because that time I was still in the university. And the biggest fear that I had for myself was my dad to to tell me not to go to school anymore because I could not be the person that he wanted me to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I just showed to him that uh, that no matter what happened, I'm still here to pursue my dreams and to finish my education.
Oh my God,
He was happy.
so
He was
amazing.
yeah.
That's
He
really
was happy about it.
It's amazing because for me, my dad, he don't send me to school. So since I was 15, yeah,
Seriously?
he don't send me to school. He told me that since you are a lady boy, you're a transgender. Anyway, you don't need to go to school because all the gay people just work long time ago. We don't, because it's not accepted. Like, anyway, lady boy just work in a salon. You're gonna become like it's like this kind of judgment that maybe I understand, maybe because he doesn't go to school and he just don't send me to school. So I work hard a lot since I was like 15 years old and until I finished my high school. So I have so many support system from parents, people who like become my poster parents, and I'm really, really thank them for like believing in me. And there's so many people who help me. That's why I help people also because from
So
the
you give back.
kindness.
You give back in
Indeed,
return.
true.
Okay.
That's because they give me this generosity and this kindness. So I'm just happy. Motherly, since I was like 3 months old, my mom died, and from your experience, like you're 18 years old at the time. Me, I was 3 months old, so breastfeed with my sister of my mom, and then yeah, but I'm not looking for her. I was not like, where's my mom when I was young, because
You were not longing for your
yeah, I
mother
was not, because I didn't see her photo, no picture, no picture, no kiss, no hug. That's all. So I don't have this mother figure, but I realized when I was like growing up, I said to myself that I think it's better. It's my path, so I have to accept it, and then like it would be the person who I am today if I have, I don't maybe meet you if I have this like a very complete family.
If you had the mother,
Correct.
You would have turned into a different person.
Correct, that's true. So tell me about your like as your profession, being a teacher. How did you how it's amazing that school like accepted you, and because it's very rare that company or like transgender people who apply jobs, it's very difficult.
Actually, I was the first transgender woman who was hired in one of the biggest language schools in Cebu, Philippines. I was hired on Thursday, and the following day, the academic and personal director called my attention because I was dealing with Korean and Japanese students, and you know that the cultures are totally different from ours. So they asked me if I could change the way I dress up, and I said, "What do you mean?" Blah blah blah, and they said, "You have to tie up your hair, you have to wear this and that," and I told them directly. I responded that the moment I had my interview with you, you already knew that this is how I am. And it was hard for them to tell me what they really want me to do inside the classroom. So they said, okay, just be professional, deal your students in a very nice way. And I think time can tell. It's just a matter of time that you have to prove to people that what they're thinking is wrong. I'm giving them. I gave them the benefit of doubt, but in the end, I was able to work there for 7 years, and my record there was good. So your gender doesn't define you for who you are, for as long as you know how to put yourself in a perspective manner. Yeah, do your job right, and people will respect you from that.
Correct. Talking about your transition, as she's a fully woman. So she undergo surgery from top to bottom. So how was the operation process?
I came here in 2014 April. I was operated on April 30th.
Okay.
And I knew that uh, it wasn't easy to undergo such a major procedure, but the surgery had to be done to match my real identity. And I'm very happy. It's not easy. Like I know most of unique people like us really dream of
Yeah.
having this kind of transition. But I'm telling you guys, it's not easy. It's hard, but if this is what you really want, then I'm sure you can overcome it.
Correct. So it's still because a lot of people ask this question that is there like the same, look the same, is the sensation still the same?
Okay, physically it's not because God made
The real,
the real thing cannot be copied by
yeah, 100%. Can be copied, but not 100%.
No,
like,
it's not.
Not
It's
authentically 100%. Yeah.
Well, I was operated by the right medical team.
Mhm.
Dr. Camus performed my surgery, so I'm very happy of the result. But it's not the
Perfect one.
the perfect one, but I'm very happy. It cannot be. God made vagina cannot be copied by
by the science.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, but it's because I seen this documentary that they interview the person like why you change of what's God given you, and the person answered back that God made a surgeon. God made a surgeon, so the surgeon has a purpose. Why surgeon is here? So that's really amazing. So whatever makes you happy, but if whatever makes you correct to yourself, do it, because we just live in this world as long as you wanted to, and you are not being forced or being someone to tell you what to do and not to do. As long as you feel wanted to, go for it, because this anyway. Some people, if they don't want to, it's really good, but at the end of the day, it's not a measurement of how perfect look you are or the beautiful you are. It's like it's the person who you are is the most perfect. It's in you cannot operate your heart, you cannot make it in the surgeon thing, but you need to be beautiful inside and also outside, of course, most important, because how man or woman approach you for the first time, unless your best friend or classmates since you were a child, this classmate or friends for a long time know who you really are. But if you are just new, just meet in the club or whatever, you need to be physically beautiful, and then later they will find out the real you, the beautiful you. So that's amazing. So it was painful. How many years you really need to be prepared for like perfect moment that this is the time that I need?
I really wanted to undergo the surgery in 2006, but I was in a relationship that time. My boyfriend that time told me, if you undergo the surgery, then you will never see me again. And I was scared not to be in a relationship again. So, and I tried to convince him and change his mind that everything will be fine, blah, blah, blah. But still, in the end, we broke up. Had I known, I would have undergone the surgery in 2006. But I know things happen for a reason. Maybe that time wasn't the best time for me to undergo the procedure. So that's why it took time for me to decide, because I also had to do my own research, who would be the best surgeon that could perform the procedure, because this is irreversible. You cannot change it. You cannot go back to the person that you want to be. Once it's done, it's done.
Correct. So you mentioned about relationships. So are you single now, or in a relationship?
Now I can basically say that I'm in an open relationship. But I consider myself a single because open relationship is
Same thing.
not a relationship. If I were in a serious relationship, I would not mingle, I would not meet
Sure.
people.
So what makes you happy?
What makes me happy? Like simple things. Chocolate makes me happy. Exercise makes me happy. It's a stress reliever. And what else? Meeting people, being with friends. There are so many things that can make me happy, but one of the things that can truly, truly make me happy is able to express.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So if you're given a chance to standing in front of millions of parents of LGBT children, what is your advice? Because of course we cannot tell them what to do. Who are we to tell these people what to do? Because they have to, discover their own way of how they deal with their children. So, any advice?
Okay, based on my own experience, I'm not generalizing the situations, but based on my own, my dad tried to change me, but my dad failed because it's me who knows myself. It's me who really knows what makes me happy. For as long as you are there to guide your children and to tell them what is right from wrong and tell your kids to pursue their own happiness, but not to the extent that they are, hurting other people just to achieve that certain happiness that they want for themselves. So just be there, be the,
Be a support system to your child.
That's it.
Thank you so much.
I may not give the perfect words for the parents,
True.
but yeah, that's
because
all I
at the end
can
of the
say.
day, correct, you're right. Because in the end of the day, they're still parents, and they knew what's the best for their child, but just need support because in the end of the day, no one can understand if you are not in their shoes. It's not, you cannot say to the person, I understand, but no, you don't. Sympathy, empathy for a person. Like, you cannot say, oh, I understand. You don't, but give time to someone and just give support and be there. If friends or not friends, family or not, be there and you can, words can change. Words
Words are very powerful.
Powerful,
Very
correct,
powerful.
that's true. So, that's something for tonight with Miss Ryza Sativa. Thank you. So guys, thanks so much for watching Ryza and Miss Sativa, my tonight guest. And please, if you like this video, please subscribe. Click subscribe, and you can follow Ryza May on YouTube, Facebook. So I will put the link below. And always remember, everyone has stories. Thank you so much, and have a good night. Bye.